Are you struggling to find the right path as you walk out your own 12-step journey?
Man, that's what we're going to look at today here on My Sober Truth. Well, it's June 2nd and it's time for another double shot from My Sober Truth. We were reading this today, and you know that song from Fleetwood Mac, "Come On, You Go Your Own Way," goes through my head.
Yep.
And you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because there's those people that come in early on the journey and they want to write their own program.
Yep.
And of course, I don't believe that's what this particular reflection talks about in that situation. I see it as a toolbox that we've been given, a set of tools, a powerful set of tools that, and we've seen how our forefathers in this have gone before us.
Yeah.
And we've got tools, we've got examples of how to use it. But at the end of the day, we all have our own journey.
Absolutely.
And so I'd like your insights on how you've used these tools, followed these steps, but forged your own path towards recovery.
Well, so, I mean, it's a great question. And, you know, there's so many ways to look at it. But I kind of agree with like what's being said here in today's daily reflection. I'm going to read just a little quote out of it real quick. "These words do not imply that I should walk the well-trodden path of those who went before, but rather that there is a way for me to become sober, and that is a way I shall have to find." Well, that's kind of the way it was for me. I was given a guidebook, and the guidebook, inside that guidebook was not only lots of literature that I needed to read and try to process and understand, but there was also part of what's in that guide is also my actual guides, the people that I met. And so as I started walking this path of trying to live a life built around recovery, the things that I found were that I could go listen to speakers at a speaker meeting. Right. I could stay and talk to my sponsor, or I could talk to other people, listen to the things that they say in meetings. I could do all of those things, but in the end, I was going to have to figure out how to do them my way. Right. And I could, so what it wound up being is this conglomeration. I don't know that I did anything new, because let's be honest, this program's been around a long time. 12 steps have been here. Recovery's been here. I'm probably not doing anything new. But what I did was I took from this person, and I took from this person, and I took from the books and the literature, and I kind of combined all that stuff to figure out what my walk in recovery was going to be. Right. And, you know, they give you this literature that tells you the things that you need to do, but how you do it is kind of your own, you know, and I needed to figure out how to do it. And a lot of it I didn't understand what I needed to do, you know, so I have to be willing to let go of all my defects of character. The heck does that even mean? Right. You know, when I got in the program, I didn't have a clue what that meant. But then I sat down and I listened, and I read, and I listened some more, and I read. And, you know, one of the glaring things that comes out of it is willingness. Am I ever going to be perfect? No, I'm not. But I'm willing to try to work towards being the best man that I can be. For me, that includes not doing mind-altering substances, because I am absolutely, I've proven it time and time again over a lot of years that when I'm using mind-altering substances, I'm not my best man. Right. So it is me striving to be that best person I can be. Probably never get there. No probably to it. I won't ever get there. Right. But there's always little adjustments and little things I could do to be better. So I have to figure out how to do that myself. And I found a sponsor very early on who had a very similar story to mine. And the funny thing is, I say a very similar story to mine. Maybe the outside circumstances didn't seem very similar at all. But boy, did how he felt inside just hit me over the head. Okay. And when I realized how similar my feelings were and his feelings were, You know, go back to the old egomaniac with an inferiority complex. That is when I knew I was on that right path.
I love it. I love it. You know, as we're sitting here talking, I'm thinking about even a game of football. The rules are always the same, but you have 24 players on the field at any given time. They'd all know the goals and objectives.
Yep.
And they all play that game differently.
Yeah. Do you run right? Do you run left? Do you take it up the middle? Do you pass?
Exactly.
You know, does the linebacker drop back, or does he play up close and try to get? There's a million ways to do it.
Absolutely. It's all about taking the tools you've been given,
Right.
Following the example set before you, and finding the path that works for you in that moment, in that day. So as we wrap up, I want to pose the same question to our listeners today. And so tell us this: how are you using these 12-step tools to forge your own path towards freedom? Okay, think about the question. Put your answers down in the comment section below. We can't wait to read what you have to say. We heard Sean's story. We want to hear your story. And we know that your story is going to be an example for someone else as they find their way to freedom today. And on that note, for My Sober Truth, I'm Mark.
Hey, and I'm Sean, and here's hoping that today you stay drunk with success. Love y'all. Hi, folks. Thanks for watching. If you're ready for another round of My Sober Truth, then belly on up to mysobertruth.com and click on the double shot button today. There you'll find the daily inspiration, encouragement, and support that'll help you stay clean, on track, and growing in every area of your life. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and if you got a minute, stick around, watch another video. Love y'all.